Nussbaumer, the author of The Master of Everything. It is a spiritual manifesto to a better life, and I hope that you will take a look at it and find your way on to the next level. Everyone, I want to talk today. This blog is about your readiness to accept wealth into your life. How do you interpret your state of wealth? How do you interpret your abundant state? We can all realize natural wealth when we realize there is no reason to fear anything at all in this world, especially death, because it doesn't exist. Life is eternal. This is due to our so-called fear of God, the fear we have of death, which is one of the biggest illusions ever projected by the ego that is in us all. And this has become a terrible myth, the fear of God, a terrible myth that we continue to live by and suffer from generation upon generation. God is all love. He is the one true thought of creativity and abundance inside of us all that just keeps on extending. It's whole. There's no conflict. Rather than fearing God, perhaps many are really in fear of their own creative reality, which is Christ consciousness. Well, what really scared me during my own times, trying times, that frightened me, when times that I was up against the wall on things, is that, I was beginning to realize that, there's something beyond my body that is my true state of being. And we all have that feeling. Christ consciousness. You can call it what you want. Let me tell you, there was a time during a state of panic where it was impossible for me to look inward. All that time I never knew my true reality, and I perceived fearful consequences from something outside of me, around the corner, always ready, always lurking. I was using my ego-based mind, which is that judgmental side in us, as my guide for defense. And the ego in me did not want me to realize my true self, nor did it wish for me to look inward. I always kept my focus on promises out there somewhere. The ego, which doesn't really know anything because it is nothing, it's elusive, the ego was showing me that help was to be found outside of myself, which only meant more and more ego involvement. A Course in Miracles says something very profound. It says, the projection of the ego makes it appear as if God's will is outside of yourself, and therefore His will not being yours. If we look back to the symbolic Garden of Eden, we see Adam, who was the first result of the ego. He looked inward and perceived sin, which was not really sin at all, but it was just guilt for feeling that he was separate from his Creator. Had his ego-based thought not believed it was God who had drove him out of paradise and denying him abundance, the thought of fearing God would never have developed from generation upon generation. His ego projected an outside image of God as this angered old man with a white beard who had some form of magic powers. And this is yet just another misinterpretation of Scripture for the ego's use as support for fearing what is real. Because of that belief in lack, the true knowledge of our Creator, the Christ mind, God extends the Christ mind as ourselves, but we lost that somehow along the way. Talk about believing in false gods. The belief in lack, and the angered old white man with the beard who's going to throw lightning bolts at us and strike us dead or send us to hell. What really is certain is that no loving father would knowingly cause fear to his children. A loving father would not put his children in an oven to burn for eternity. No way. Therefore, with this certainty, you can shift over to your true creative potential more willingly and fearlessly as the Christ in you, the Christ consciousness, the consciousness that is behind the cloud cover of your of your unreal ego-based mind that is nothing but full of judgment. The Christ consciousness in you is the truth about yourself, what you know you're really capable of, and it is your natural abundant state that determines your readiness to accept wealth into your life. I hope you'll take that seriously, folks, and take action on what it is that you truly want to do in life without fear. If you want to look further, you can find my book, The Master of Everything, at my website, jamesnussbaumer.com. You can also click on jamesnussbaumer.com on the description box of this YouTube video, and it will show you some avenues leading to an abundant life. Check out my Real Abundance page. There's some links there. Go from there. And I hope you have a great evening, and I hope you get the fear out of your life and go after what it is you really want in life, your true wealth and abundance. Thanks, everyone. Until next time.